Well, hello all. Here. Welcome to a little bit later start than I like, but that's the way things go. Mr. Floto, good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming in. We're going to do something simple tonight. We're just going to do a simple old stir fry. Got some good old rice here. Let me put that up. Got some rice. TJ, Mr. Bull of the Woods. So we are getting ready for dinner. Put that where it belongs. So we got here to Iowa 80. We all know it. We all love it. Whatnot. Just basically pulled in a couple minutes ago. I'm starving, so we're going to get dinner started. Picked up a little bit of Reynolds wrap because I need that. And we're going to get all our stuff together for our stir fry. Chicken, rice, vegetables. The chicken and vegetables done up, a little bit of sauce. Throw it over top some rice. Super simple, super easy. Now we just got to figure out what the hell we're doing. All right. We'll use this. Why not? We're going to use this for our chicken here. All right. So we need to get a few accoutrements out. We got our cutting board. Well, we're gonna use the big cutting board. We're not gonna use this one. That's too small. We got a lot of vegetables cut. We got a tray to put all our stuff on. Move that out the way where it belongs. We got a scoop for our rice. Because we're eating Chinese, we're gonna use some chopsticks. I don't know what I did with my damn knife. I don't know what I did with my knife. Oh well. We'll find it eventually. If I'm lucky. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Could have sworn I put it back in here, but maybe I didn't. Don't see it in there. Well, I need a spoon or two. Whenever you want a spoon, all you can find is forks. When you want a fork, all you can find is spoons. Here we go. Take out 2 spoons just in case. Gonna need a can opener. I need my little cup for my rice, but I don't know what I do with it. I have 2 of them, and of course I can't find either one. All right, whatever. We'll figure that out in a moment. So, JBW Vlogs, how you doing? Well, who doesn't like good old classic rock and roll? Well, that's good. Not going to get the rising damp there, as the British like to call it. But we're a little bit of a cluster here because we are trying to do too many things at once at the last minute. So please bear with me. All right, so I think we got all of our tools. I just need to find my my knife. Maybe I slid it in here. Did I slide it in here? No, I did not. Oh well, it's around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm sure I can find it in a bit. All right, so like I said, we did. Let me get my little notepad here. We did 649.7 miles today, coming out of Murdo, South Dakota to Walcott, Iowa at Iowa 80. So we did not have too bad of a day today. A good, easy run for the most part through the Plain States here. I can move things around here. Well, I got to agree with you, JBW. I got to agree with you on that. Maybe I put the cup in here. No, I didn't. Oh, well. Damn it. Yeah, I definitely got the snilly kicking in. I can't find what's right in front of my face, obviously. Put that trash up there. All right. Well, like I said, I already took the damn thing out. Yeah, right. All right. So first thing we're going to do, we got our Instapot container here. I got to wash this plate. We'll just set that up there for a moment. And then once I get the rice started, then we're going to go through our ingredients of what we're going to be doing here. And hopefully I can do so without looking like a complete loser. We're going to try. We are going to try. No guarantee, but we're going to try. Okay. We got a measuring cup, which I need to clean real quick because last night with the lamb chops, I kind of just laid down and had went into like a little food coma, which was very enjoyable. But like I said, I should have cleaned up, but really didn't. So do a little bit of cleaning right now. Mr. Backwoods, my world is Helen. Thank you. So we're going to clean this out real quick. There we go. Put that in the trash. Find our towel. Oh, here's our towel. All right. So with the Instapot, unlike a regular, like a Japanese rice cooker, you'd have the little cup, you dump the rice in, then instead of using the cup to dump the amount of water in, you fill it up to a line that's on the container. Now, that is because it's not a pressure cooker. It needs a little bit more water to do what it does because it loses a lot more to evaporation. Pressure cookers, on the other hand, are not going to lose as much to evaporation, so we're just going to empty this one out. Now I'm going to make a little bit more. This is basically one slightly heaping cup of rice, like 1 1/8, maybe 1/8 cup. We're going to make a full 2 cups of rice because A, I like rice. B, I can have some for tomorrow as well. Now, I have not seen where I'm going to stop tomorrow. I haven't planned that far ahead. We'll do that when the rice is cooking, along with a few other things. So we're going to do 2 cups here of rice. Yeah, that's close enough. Like I said, we're not trying to be precise here. We're just trying to get it done. I just find my little clip. Of course, I can't. Here it is. 2 seconds, and I can't find what I'm looking for. Hey, Rochelle from Yarn It Out. I enjoyed your live stream today while I was driving. Let's just say you got a pretty big laugh there. Yarn It Out. Rosalie, I'm sorry. Rosalie, I apologize. But Dana did send me a message saying that I'm required to meet up with you, which may not actually be possible. A little bit of change is going on with the load, so whatnot. We'll see. I'll do what I can. All right, so we got 2 cups of rice. Now, like I said, a traditional rice cooker is not pressurized, so we'll use a little bit more water because a lot more is left up. It goes up in steam. Let me find my. Yep, things fall all over the place, of course. So we're going to use, for this, we're going to use an equal amount of water. And actually just maybe a slight bit more. So this is just basically a little over 2 cups. There, little for the chef. All right, so we got the rice cooker, I'm sorry, the pressure cooker, which we're going to use for the rice. And it surprisingly does pretty well, in my opinion. But that's, that's for a person who's eaten a lot of rice and grew up in Japan. Marinette, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Sis Lynn, how you doing? Sister Lynn, thank you for coming in. Please go to everybody else's channel if you would, please. Show them a little bit of mild interest at the very least, and severe enthusiasm at the most. Let me plug this in. Beep. I got the this little valve right here. This little piece right here helps to control the pressure relief valve. So it sits on like that. There's a little button here that locks it in place. So we're going to hit the rice button. And we're going to let that cook. All right. So that sits down there like that. So our ingredients. Got to go to the thing there. So our ingredients we're going to use for dinner. We got some basically almost, I'd say a little over 1/3 of an onion, white onion. We're going to put all of that in there. We got half of a baby bok choy. We used the other half for the beef curry earlier. So here we go. We're going to use that. We got some fresh bean sprouts, mung bean sprouts. We're going to put that in there. Bit of garlic. Bit of soy sauce. And that's the brand I use. Kikkoman. It's a Japanese soy sauce. That's what I like. 10 years growing up in Japan. There you go. We got some sliced water chestnuts. Turn that around. We're going to put that in there. We're probably not going to use all of these because that's a lot. I mean, this is what? How many ounces is this? Going blind here. This is 4 ounces, but for one person, that's a bit much. I'll probably use half of it, vacuum sealed, vacuum pack the other half of it. We're going to throw that in there. We got a carrot. Not a very good carrot, but, it's a little bit soft, but we're still going to use that. And last but not least, for our ingredients, we got some snow peas. We're going to throw some of those in there as well. Now, I do have stuff for other meals. I mean, I got mixed vegetables. I got lima beans. I got some beef up here and some bacon. But really do not want that in my thing. We're going to use a little bit of butter for our fat, for our pan. Now, it's going to take 15 or so minutes for the rice to cook. So, let me put that up in there. We got some fresh green onion. We're going to put that in there as well. We got some chicken thighs. These are already boneless. I wish they weren't skinless, but you know, there you go. We're gonna take probably 3 of these thighs, chop it up, marinate it a little bit, and we're going to vacuum pack the rest of them for a meal later on. Which probably at least one of those chicken thighs that's left over is going to get a little bit of barbecue sauce, and we'll make a barbecue chicken sandwich. So, move this out of the way. We're also going to be adding a bit of black pepper. And I think that's about it. I mean, I'm not too keen on anything super spicy tonight. You know, we're not going to be using the thyme or any additional. We're not going to be putting any more salt in there because the soy sauce has enough salt on it. Thyme and Italian seasoning. Tuscany meats. Yeah, if I'm there, I will definitely try it because I can always use some good prosciutto, some good mortadella. Exit 12. Okay, so you're not too far from Erie. You're not too far from Erie. I've stopped and slept at Erie a couple times. All right, so. Move this out the way here a little bit. All right, so. Since we are doing a lot of cutting, we're going to use the big cutting board. Throw that down there like that. There we go. So, let me get... Let me get my vacuum. Got my handy dandy little food saver or fresh saver, whatever you want to call it. Food saver little vacuum pump. So we're gonna be doing that. Okay, so first things first, we got our cleaning wipes right on hand. We got our towels right on hand. So we are good to go. So first things first, get our chicken. Like I said, boneless, skinless thighs. Not a big fan of that. I'd rather have the bones you can take out, but I would like the skin. You know, the skin is something that I like. So take 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to divide this up in a couple different ways. Like I said, I'm going to take this biggest one here. We'll put that one aside by itself. And put the other 2 smaller ones together. Chrysler Imperial. How you doing, sir? Appreciate it. So we're going to take the other 2 chicken thighs and little bits that are there. I'm planning on doing a chicken soup, you know, later on. I don't know when, so we'll see. So that's going right up in the trash. We're going to throw that up there. So like I said, we got our handy dandy little food saver battery pump. And get that packaged down as nice and neat as possible. Because I am always limited on space, I do this to try to compensate. First of all, keep the food as fresh as possible. Hey, Redneck Lifestyle. I hope you have enjoyed your time at the cabin. And I hope you enjoyed your Valentine's with the wife. Texas Life Julie, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Do appreciate it. So like I said, these two, I'm going to do with a chicken soup. This one here, I'm going to do as a barbecue chicken sandwich. So I'm going to, when I take it out, I'm just going to use the flat of my knife, just kind of pound it a little bit more flat. These two I'm just going to dice up, throw in a chicken soup. I got some more bones. I got some more bones and a whole chicken carcass up here, fat, skin, cartilage, a bit of meat on them. Boil all that down and, make a really, really good, hearty soup. Potatoes, mixed vegetables, onion, some spices, a little bit of tomato sauce in there. Really make it a nice, rich, hearty type of soup. Not your thin little Campbell's, you get out of the box and you sip it type thing. One, you have to use almost use a fork to eat. That kind of hearty. All right, so like I said, we're going to throw those up in there real quick. Mr. Welker. Hopefully your evening is going okay. So, like I said, we just got our chicken here. This is not always the pretty part. So we're just going to, basically get this into roughly even, not trying to be perfect here. This isn't a 5-star restaurant. This is a damn truck. All right, we're going to throw that in there. Like I said, just a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. I like chicken thighs more than breasts or wings because modern chickens have too much breast. They don't spend that much time flying. They need muscle that big. So, and the breast really doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in my opinion. It's kind of like a filler, I want flavor. I want, this dark colored meat from the thigh tastes better. And for my money, has more nutrition. It's just a better value. Most people, I'll buy 500 pounds of chicken thighs before I buy 40 pounds of chicken breast. All right, they got that done. So we're gonna set that down right there. Rice is still cooking. So here we go. We'll wipe our hands off here real quick. And this is the number one thing you want to clean up, I'm not too afraid of salmonella, but, everybody else can be worried about it. All right, clean that off. Find my sheath. That to the side right there. Turn this inside out. There we go. Clean that off. Into the trash. There we go. Then wipe that dry. And we're ready to go. Ross Romes, how you doing? Glad to have you in. Thank you for joining me. I know it's around midnight for you there in England. All right, so we're good. All right, so like I said, we got a lot of vegetables here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken thighs. Just going to grind a good mess of black pepper on that. No salt on these because we're going to use a lot of soy sauce, and that's a lot of salt. So a good amount of black pepper on there. I mean, that may be too much for some, but for this knucklehead, not at all. So we're going to take a little bit of garlic. We'll find a spoon here. There we go. And a good helping of that. And last but not least, soy sauce. Like I said, I use exclusively Kikkoman, which is a Japanese brand. I spent 10 years of my life growing up in Japan. So most all other varieties are just not what I like. So we're going to marinate this chicken just a little bit, not a lot. Now, I did get a request to do enchiladas, which I normally do enchiladas in a regular oven, and they are pretty messy, but I'm going to try to find a recipe to do that. All right. So we're going to let the chicken marinate like that a little bit. And put the garlic away because we don't need that anymore. All right. Get all our other stuff in proper position here, I think. I need, oh, here we got a towel here. I'm just going to throw this on the towel over here so it stays relatively clean. All right, put the butter down there. So, like I said, we are not gonna be too picky and try to be so neat. Oh, all right. So black pepper is a weird herb, weird spice. I make lima beans. I'll boil them so they're the few times I make a vegetable mushy. I make the lima beans so saturated with water by boiling them for about 20 minutes. Then I will spend another 20 minutes sauteing those lima beans in black pepper and butter. And I mean as much black pepper as I can possibly put in there. But that slow cooking and sauteing and all that fat mellows that black pepper out, so it starts having like a sweet. Carlos, that's not what we're going to do in this chat. Let's try to keep this a little. No, yeah, we're all adults here, but let's try to remember. Children can't access this, so let's try to keep it, a little bit cleaner, please. And I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but let's try to be respectful of not even worry about the children. How about just the women and the ladies in the chat? We got several in the chat right here, at least 3 or 4. Please keep your language respectful. Thank you. All right, so we're just gonna nice big chunks of onion. Like I said, we're gonna be eating this with chopsticks, so we want big pieces that we can eat. So that's like that. That's like I said, that's a little over 1/3 of an onion. I'm just gonna stick that right there on our handy dandy tray. All right, so we got a bit of baby bok choy. Like I said, I got half of it. The other half I used for the beef curry I did the other night. Now, down here at the bottom of the bok choy, get the light to cooperate. Right here, this heart is going to be a little bit tough, just like on a regular cabbage, because this is in the cabbage family. So we're going to cut that out. But we are not going to waste it. We're going to slice this up as well. So we're just going to, like I said, nice big pieces, leaves and all. Right there. And like I said, we're just going to take that. It is a little bit tougher, so we're going to slice it somewhat thin. But we're not going to waste it. We are not going to waste it. We got a couple of green onions. Well, the best trick for onions, run them under, have your knife with some water on it. Run your onion under some water. Get it wet with some water. Because, dang it, dropping things on the floor. Because the thing that makes you cry, it's the sulfur in the onion that reacts with the water in your eye, make it sulfuric acid. You get the water on there first so it can't rise up. Those fumes rise up, and you wind up with a little bit easier time with the onions. All right, so I'm going to peel this outer layer off right here. Like I said, if I was in a regular kitchen, these would be running underwater. Brad Parks, welcome in, sir. Thank you very much. Goodbye, Carlos. You were warned. Now you're gone forever. I asked you nicely, as an adult, as a man, to not do that. You went ahead and did it anyway. You were gone. I will not have that going on. We are not in a bar. JP, how you doing, sir? We are making a stir fry. So we got two nice healthy stalks of green onion here. Going to take the top that's been exposed to the air too much, and we want to get some of that green color in there. So we're going to cut the green side a little bit bigger, and as you go down on the onion towards the white, it gets a little bit stronger. So that's how we're going to cut it. All right. All right. Stitches, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. He was just not using, not being respectful of the women here in the chat. White Tupac, Gambroni. I don't know what Gambroni is. Sorry. Well, White Tupac and Stitches, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much. Just be respectful of, of the channel and especially the women in the channel. Keep your language confined to what you would use talking to your mother, your grandmother in church. We're not prudes here, but just be, courteous, I like to say. All right, we got some Got some snow peas. We're going to take a few of these. And the thing I like about snow peas, I can take them. Billy's Big Top, welcome in, sir. Bad Wolf. Well, Mr. Malone, Stitches Malone, I don't care if you know him or not. Just try to have a little bit of common sense. You know, it's only courteous. You know, you would want people to give you a bit of respect, wouldn't you? I mean, would you not want that same amount of respect for yourself? It's simple. You know, just Bad Wolf. That's not I'm not gonna time you out right now or block you right now. But I don't know them personally, but I treat them like they're supposed to be treated, like a person. Well, Stitches, if common sense isn't common anymore, maybe I'm living in the wrong time, because I still try to treat other people the way, you know, it's the age-old golden rule. You know, the golden rule applies from the ancient Greek times to now. You know, I don't disrespect other people. I mean, and I would hope that, you know, that is returned in kind. All right, so is that in the trash? There we go. All right, so we got a few, like I said, a few, you know, snow peas, the tips cut off. We're going to take a bit of, we also have a, we got a bit of carrot, you know, that's been sitting around for a little while, so, you know, we're not, it's not in its prime, but it's still good. We're just peeling this off, getting the outer skin off. And there we go. Put that in the trash. There we go. All right. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Welcome in. Redneck is in here with us. So we're just going to slice this up. Actually, we're just going to, we're not trying to be pretty about it. We're just trying to do something quick and easy. So we're just going to slice that long ways. And there we go. I wish I had a little bit more color in here, but I didn't pick up any peppers or anything like that. So we're just going to, you know, go with what we got. All right. So we also got a little bit of bean sprouts. I had bought a can of bean sprouts because I couldn't find any fresh. But whenever you can, fresh is always better, of course. So we got to have a big old helping of that. Let's throw that right in there. Yeah, a little bit more. Why not throw a little bit more in there? And tomorrow, we'll be eating some more of that. Without the chicken, I think. We'll do like a vegetable stir fry. And we got some sliced water chestnut. Now, I don't know why they always I can't seem to find any in a jar. I mean, I would like to find some in a jar. You know, that way I can put the lid right back on and, you know, not have to worry about it. All right, so we're just going to dump these right on out. Drain as much of that water off as possible. Grab this one out of here that fell out. There we go. All right, just throw that off to the side, out the way. Actually, Tasha, not really. This is going to be cheaper in the long run than what you're going to get in a restaurant. Now, last night, I did make an expensive meal, but it was still cheaper than what you get at a restaurant. The meal in total was about $21 total, but I was doing lamb chops. So, lamb chops is not something you're typically going to do in a truck, so there you go. But, you know, I just wanted something special, so I did. You know? Now, most of the meals I make are going to be under $4 typically. So we're going to clean that off. So we're done with that. So now we have, let me just check on the rice here. Get that pressure released on the rice. That should be good. Stick that up out the way. We don't need the cutting board anymore. Put that out the way. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to stick that stuff out the way. Here we go. All right. So we have our our chicken that's been marinating here for a couple minutes. Well, I think that quote dumpster diving, I'm not too impressed with that. I'm really not. You can, I think some of the people that are on TV doing it, they're not doing it because they actually believe in it or because they actually need to. They do it because they're getting famous. That's the thing. If it's in a dumpster, it's trash. How many people are doing that at their home or at the restaurant? Hey, can I go through your trash and have for dinner? No. Miss Inappropriate, how you doing? Welcome in. This is the most people I've ever had in the live stream, which I'm impressed. Thank you very much. So now we're going to get our pan set. So we got our pan all set. I'm going to get this other stuff back in the refrigerator here real quick. Put the onion up in here. Need a towel here. A little bit of water spilt. There we go. Yeah, well, that happens. It's gonna, you're in such a small space, you don't have the room to do everything. Start to get our pan hot. Goodbye. They're not bad. I mean, I like it for, they're pretty good non-stick. And considering, being in the truck and having to deal with, I'm always trying to, when you can't wash things as like you would in a house, you don't have time to sit there and scrub everything. I could take it into the shower with me, but that gets it's going to be that's just a pain in the neck. So using non-stick with instead of using the Teflon, this is a lot better. This is more efficient. It's cleaner. It doesn't flake off. It doesn't get in your food. So there you go. So like I said, we got our chicken that's been marinating, garlic, black pepper, and a bit of soy sauce. So we're almost ready to put that in the pan. We got all our vegetables: white onion, bok choy, carrot, green onion, mung bean, and some water chestnut, and some, of course, a little bit of snow pea. And we're, and we can put green peppers or any of those. Why is my accent giving me away? So, basic, simple things you can get anywhere, at almost any place, any, grocery store out there. So it's not difficult to do this in a truck. It's just a willingness to do it in the truck. So that's almost hot enough. So we're going to take a bit of butter here. Don't need that much, I don't think. About a 1-inch cube of butter. We're going to throw that in there. All right, Rosalie, you have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Put that right there. Put that away. We don't need that anymore. So we're just going to let that butter melt in there a little bit. Instead of using oil, I mean, there's very few oils that I have on the truck. Usually I just have olive oil, and all the fats I use are going to be bacon fat or butter. So we're going to, and this also, the butter will help to thicken it up, make a little bit of sauce. Yeah. So once this stops bubbling, that means all the water is basically boiled off of the butter. There we go. We're just going to use our chopsticks. Like I said, we're not trying to, this isn't a wok, so we're not trying to stir fry, really just blast it with the heat. We're putting all this cold chicken in there, so it's going to take a moment for it to get up to temperature again. But we're going to cook that, and get the. But other than that, we are doing just fine. So let that cook a little bit. So the past couple of days, I've been running short on memory. Yes, sir. I'm at Iowa 80 right now. We did 649.7 miles today on our drive, which wasn't too bad coming from Murdo, South Dakota. Like I said, we ran out of hard drive space for the raw footage for the vlog. So we are getting our butt kicked by this. So we picked up a couple more hard drives. We stopped at Sioux City. Instead of parking at the truck stop, we went ahead and went up to the Walmart right up the street. So I picked up 2 more 4 terabyte hard drives. Little bit more expensive in Sioux City than I thought it would be, but prices being what they are, so just 4 terabyte. I see, 4 terabyte Western Digital My Passport book, which I use all the time, which is good stable. I picked up 2 of them. So now I have plenty of memory now. I can get everything off my cards. So we got another one ready to rock and roll. Get all that footage off of there. We're taking this load to Boston. All right. So we're got that stirred up there. So the chicken is almost done. We're going to take the chicken out with the sauce, with the juices that are in that sauce in there. We're going to throw some of the vegetables in because this is too much for one person. Doc Zayas. How you doing, sir? Welcome in. Appreciate it. So, like I said, we're gonna get that into here, set aside. We're gonna throw basically half the vegetables in, throw some of the chicken back in, stir it all together, throw it on top of the rice. So, whew. That is done. There we go. Oh, yeah. Hold this up here. Unplug this. So rice has been cooked in the Instapot 3-quart. Oh, Dr. Ace, you're a flatbedder too, huh? Well, I drove at Melton for 1 year, did regular flatbed. Then I came here to do heavy haul. Jake, I have, this is going to be hard drive number 9. All the raw footage I save. So once that's done, we're going to be good. Just going to clean off our plate here in our container. Clean that up. This towel's going to be just put off to the side and washed because that's a little too much raw chicken juice in there. There we go. Just to throw that off to the side. There we go. Jake, please don't. I ask people to, remember those women in here. Have a little bit of sense, a little bit of courtesy. Western Express and Hornaday. Oh, you were in the oil field? Last time I was over in the oil fields, I was out in Hobbs, New Mexico. And that pilot out there, 95% of all the trucks that go in there are for the oil fields. And that's a lot of trucks. And I don't know if I could do that kind of stuff. These are your standard. This is just the Walmart brand disinfecting wipes. Oh, turn it there. All right, so we got that cleaned out and wiped out, so we're good. So we're just going to stir this up. You know, just to get that chicken cooked through. I'm not trying to get, you know, some super fabulous color on it or anything. We're just trying to cook it through. So we got our rice. Let me find a, I'm gonna get a bowl here real quick. Here we go. In my kitchen cabinet here. So we just got a like simple little bowl. We got our big old thing of rice here. Let's turn it that way. There we go. Set that off to the side. Hopefully it doesn't slide off and hit me in the back. So we just got your standard sticky rice. A nice old steaming bowl of that. The knife, my chef's knife. This knife is what you're talking about. This is just your Amazon special chef's knife. I believe it began with an A. It's got kind of a Damascus pattern on it, but it's not the highest quality knife. You know, I think it was like $15, $20. Like I said, I'd rather have a Henkel. Wait, you know, because the back of the blade here is really, really thin. I would like that to be 2 to 3 times thicker, make it a little, you know, a little bit stronger, you know. But it's a good, well-balanced knife. It's pretty light. I mean, but it works, you know. I've had it for going on 3 years now. In the truck full time. So, man, it's fairly attractive. It's got a little bit of, you know, it's got real wood. This is real wood handle, you know, full tang. So the metal goes all the way down through. But it's serviceable. I mean, it's not what I prefer, but sometimes you got to make concessions when you're getting things ramped back up. So, like I said, we got our chicken is pretty much done. Just gonna get that in here. And a little bit of the sauce is left in the pan. A little bit of chicken's left in there as well. We're not going to worry about that. Just going to wipe off the outside of the pan so it doesn't burn. There we go. So we're going to throw a few things in. Like I said, we're just going to, a little bit of fat still in there. So carrot, white onion, bit of water chestnut. So not just enough. Going to put some of the bok choy, some of the leaves, and some of the stem in there. Some of the green onion. And there we go. A few of the snow peas. Break that up a little bit. There we go. Just going to stir that around in there a little bit. Now some of the bits at the bottom of the pan are burnt on, so we're not going to We're going to try to get those off by moving this around. Get that up onto the vegetables. Keep it appropriate here, please. Like I said, we're not trying to, this isn't a a nice wok where I can get really high temperatures and kind of flash fry everything, but we do what we can. Right? That little bit of onion right there, we're gonna have to take out, set to the side, because that's got a little bit tough there. So we're not trying to cook these vegetables really, really hard. We're just trying to warm them up, basically. I want them crunchy. I want them to be vital and a little bit of restaurant cooking. Barbecue restaurants. I worked at Pizza Hut for a little bit, but I just like cooking, so, there you go. Well, it's a small kitchen because I'm in a truck. And you got to make concessions when you're in a truck. You don't have countertops or anything else like that, so there we go. All right, that's getting a little bit of that up. We got our bowl of rice all ready to go. Get some of that chicken in there. A little bit of the sauce comes with it. There we go. That'll be good. Then we got to take some soy sauce. Throw that on top. Yep. Get that mixed up a little bit. There we go. Like I said, all this other stuff we're going to make a second bowl with. And like I said, this water chestnut, we'll vacuum pack that, so that'll keep for later on. Because we can do, with the amount of food that we have, to do this with, I can get 5-6 meals out of what little I have. So we got the bok choy. I'm going to break this up a little bit. Make sure that the onion's broken up. Water chestnut, mung bean, all that stuff. Quick, easy in the pan, simple to do. I'm a truck driver. That's why it's called This Trucker's Life. I'm a truck driver. Driving a 389 Pete? No, because I'm not a savage. That's why we have truck stops. They have bathrooms. This isn't the night, Let's bring it off the subject, please, gentlemen. All right, so we are done with that. I'm gonna get out a ladle here, I think. All that out. There we go. Let that sauce go down into the rice. Flavors the rice. I'm going to turn that off. Just unplug that for safety. Why not? And there you go. All right, so, simple stir fry, done the truck. So, super quick, super easy. All right. So, I just want to thank everybody for coming in, those who weren't being rude. So, we're going to have some dinner. We're going to make ourselves a second bowl after this because I am really hungry. And then we will go from there. But the total cost of this meal, all the vegetables, all the other ingredients, we're going to talk about maybe $5 for 2 bowls of this. This is not, it's just the size of my hand right there. That's a pretty good amount of food. So, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Over 50, Ross Roams, Trucking Wyoming, Redneck Trucker, Jake, everybody who came in, appreciate it. So I'm going to cut this a little short. I am hungry. But thanks for coming in and watching. And we will see you next week for another meal. And why would I want to eat McDonald's when I can make something 10 times better for half as much? All right. Talk to y'all later. God bless. Have a good night.